Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We want to say Shabbat Shalom to those who are coming in online. So if you'll turn around and wave at the camera in the back and say Shabbat Shalom, we can create community from afar and from within. We want to welcome you to a very special Shabbat where we are going to hear the voices of our Zimriah chorale, and we are grateful that they are here. Our chorale and our friends are joining with us, but especially I want to thank Andy Mayer on piano, Mila Wingard on violin, and Lou Rosen on bass and we want to thank them for participating. But most of all, I want to introduce you to our new conductor, Aaron Humble. If you don't mind to stand for a second. Aaron comes to us from Cal State San Marcos, and that's a good thing because he's there for a long time. So we hope that he will be with us for a long time as well and continue to raise our voices and teach and lift your spirits. And in the Parsha Naso, where blessings are abound, we ask to be lifted up, and that's what the Parsha says. So we hope this evening you will be lifted up by his conducting, by their singing, by their playing, and by the spirit that you bring to this service. So we begin tonight with lighting candles. And we ask Ava Lerner, our bat mitzvah tomorrow, to come up with her parents and siblings and light our Shabbat candles. Next week. You can find the blessings and prayers on the screens or in your sidurim. Our Kabbalat Shabbat, the receiving of the Sabbath, not quite sundown yet, but we are grateful that in June you drove away the gloom. And we begin with Romamu, bottom of page 17.
Shaka
שכבו והקודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישכחו והקודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישכחו והקודשו.
Page 20, לך דודי.
לך דודי בקרת כלה בבני שבת תקבלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בבני שבת תקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד תשמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו תפארת ולתהילה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי אורי שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת תקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי בקרת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Please wish each other Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And have a seat. Tzaddik Katamar, the righteous bloom like a date palm and thrive like a cedar in Lebanon.
Israel. rise together, page 146, for a call to prayer, Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows
By day, in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures.
Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you, and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Page 148. In each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world.
In each age we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment we stand face to face with the truth.
In each age we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Please be seated. As we call upon next week's Bat Mitzvah Ava learner to lead us in Ve'ahavta. Et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha ובכל מאודיך והיו
הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלתך בדרך, ושוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai, that wherever we are, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef elem, mi kamocha oelim Adonai. Adonai
Page 154.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Vehamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Vehamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu
ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה לאדוני. את השמיים ואת הארץ
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש.
שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם.
As we enter into that central section of our service, our Amidah, our standing prayers, I invite you to rise if you are able, as we rise in mind, body, and spirit. We face Yerushalayim, we face the Ark. On page 155, we'll join together, offer some silent reflection, the words and the meditations and the rhythms of the prayer book guide your soul and your spirit. And when you are finished with your own prayer, I invite you to be seated.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sfatai Tivtah. Na 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 Ufi Agir. Ufi Agir Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sfatai Tivtah. Na 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 Ufi Agir. Ufi Agir Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sfatai Tivtah. Na 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 Ufi Agir. Ufi Agir Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sfatai Tivtah. Na 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 Ufi Agir. Ufi Agir Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehila והגיון לבי לפניך, אדוני, אדוני, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי,
There are a lot of people who are in need of refuat nefesh, refuat guf, a recovery of mind, of body, of spirit. Those I see as I look out at the congregation, I'm sure others that are gathered online, who I know lost loved ones recently, who have recovered from surgery, who are thinking of loved ones who are, in a way, in such a need. And so we share the names of those who have come into our congregation, and we'll invite those as we cross the room to share names aloud so that we may hold them collectively in our hearts. As we think of Ari Zalman Lev ben Shoshana ben Moshe, Aviva Rivka bat Yonena, Bob Berman, Lauren Berman, Allison Alley Campbell Fahman, Ben Chaib, Glenda Carver, Shena Chana bat Pinchas Veguta Rivka Shindel, Warren Dean, Ellen Edwards, Linda Edwards, Elliot Epner, Sandy Flaster, Marcia Fram, Denise Garrick, Stephen Goldstein, Anita Hazenpud, Hector Isless, Ruth Jordan, Richard Kitson, Marshall J. Lewis, Mike Lynn, Jim McIndoe, Lisa Nelson, Robin Nelson, Sharon Resnick, Sharon Ritter, Ina Rosenthal, Galina Robalchenko, Rosa Santiago, Bob Shearer, Jenny Schnitzer, Rhonda Schwartz, Bernice Sicklick, Robin Streichler, Seth Streichler, Lynn Slotkin, Kathy Weil, George Wise, Alan J. Wolf, Sandy Wood, and Susan Zale. If there's a name that you would like to add, as my eyes cross the kahal, the congregation, I invite you to share aloud.
Terry Miller, Ian Brisky.
So we ask for a prayer of healing. We sing together, El Na Rafanallah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week, we read, in the Reform movement, we have 2 weeks where we read the same portions or different sections of the portions because we don't observe 2 days of what we call Yontif days. So last week, when Shavuot ended for us right before Shabbat, we began reading Parshat Naso in the book of Numbers, and we continued it this week. And for some, in more traditional circles, they may have been reading sections of Shavuot, and then this week they're on Parshat Naso, but we're back together this week, and we're all reading Parshat Naso, which comes from the book of Numbers, and it continues where the Torah portion where the portions left off, delineating what we understand as responsibilities and tasks of the Levites, as well as the census, the physical counting of all the Levites who were of age to serve in what we call the Mishkan, or the tabernacle. And after God commands Moses to purify the camps so that it will be worthy of all of those who enter, the Torah describes the blessings by which the Kohanim, the priests, will bless the people. The most famous and perhaps the most beautiful passage in the book of Numbers is what we call the Birkat Kohanim, the priestly benediction, which falls in the middle of this portion. Many of you are familiar with it. It's something we bless the congregation with at High Holy Days. We have other instances that I'll name in a moment. The words, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's presence ever be with you, and may you be granted peace. God's name appears in each of these 3 stanzas. But besides this, the only word that is repeated in the blessing is the word face in Hebrew, which is translated as, anybody know? The word? Panim. Panim. So we ask God to cause God's face to shine upon us, then lift up God's face to us. And even the beginning of the portion says, Naso et rosh, lift the face. But perhaps the literal translation of this blessing I see as a metaphor. God has no physical body, no outstretched arm or mighty hand, no nose to smell or voice to speak with, and certainly no face. Yet the Bible anthropomorphizes these aspects of God's reality, using physical terms to describe the unphysical. So then how are we to understand the word face within the context of our ancient tradition and this ancient benediction? The first insight comes from the actual Hebrew. The word panim is actually plural in Hebrew. It actually means faces. But perhaps the reason for me is that none of us just have one face. We present the world with a certain face, perhaps when we're happy, another one when we might be upset, and even more when we're feeling frightened or sad. At times, we might even present one face to the world and one face at home. Perhaps we have one face for business and another for pleasure. But I believe there's actually another reason why the word face is always plural. Face always comes in pairs, always. 2 people meet panim el panim, face to face, and they encounter the other. My face comes into being when it meets another person, another individual, when we literally stand in the presence and see the other. My face exists to counter the face of my fellow, my other. This benediction reminds us that this threefold part that we hold was bestowed on us at birth. It's passed down as we bestow it to our children at the beginning of Shabbat. As one becomes B'nai Mitzvah, as we will have for Eva next week. As 2 stand under the chuppah, it is there to remind us that our very being is defined in relationship to one another. And by being in the presence of another in this life. I think about our B'nai Mitzvah. Journey with me for a moment. I think about our B'nai Mitzvah as they take their place on this bima, as they read and they chant from our sacred scroll. And they bless us with their own wrestlings and their textual insights. Their journey of becoming B'nai Mitzvah is always sealed with this ancient blessing. And it is at that very moment that they are face to face with us, with our community, surrounded by and with love and with blessing. And as we begin the month of June in particular, this month of pride, the power of this benediction, of faces, of seeing the other, is that much more powerful. Pride Month, although in San Diego it's actually in July because of the weather, believe it or not. It rained once on the Pride Parade, and the heads of the parade said, "Never again. We're moving it to July." No joke, really. But Pride Month, throughout this world, has become both a time of celebration and of protest, a sacred stretch in our calendar where each of us are reminded that no one should face discrimination because of who they are or who they love. In the Birkat Kohanim, in this priestly benediction, we witness a divine desire for the well-being and wholeness of humanity. Pride Month affirms this desire and celebrates the diverse expressions of human identity and acknowledges at the same time the struggles faced by the LGBTQ+ community throughout history. It reminds us of the importance of promoting acceptance, equity, and the freedom to be authentically ourselves. In this context, the priestly benediction can serve as a guiding light for fostering a more inclusive and whole society. As we celebrate Pride Month, and at the same time embrace this beautiful, powerful benediction that we pass from generation to generation, we are reminded of our capacity to actually be agents for change. Whether we are a part or allied with the LGBTQ+ community, we honor the inherent worth of every individual and contribute to the creation of a world where diversity is both celebrated and where love prevails. So on this Shabbat, let us take a moment, a breath, a pause, to seize the opportunity to reflect on our own attitudes and our own behaviors, to extend the blessings of love, to extend those blessings of acceptance and peace, echoing the timeless message that the priestly benediction affords us during this joyous month of celebration. Being face to face is vital for our relationships. And so I believe it is with God as well. God may not have a face in any literal sense, but God does have a presence. The priestly benediction invokes such a sense of God's presence. As humans, it's my belief that we need God. And perhaps equally important, I believe God needs us. Only Moses saw God face to face. And may each of us in this moment of blessing truly feel the reality of the divine presence, panim el panim, throughout life's moments and life's journeys. May this be God's blessing as we say together, Amen. This time I'd like to call upon one of the members of our board of directors, Allison Prager.
Shabbat Shalom and good evening. I'm Allison Prager, as he mentioned, a member of your board of directors. I welcome everybody to the service tonight. As always, I especially want to thank our men's club and our women of Beth Israel for ushering this evening. And it's so special to come to services and get our choir and it sees more. It just makes it even that much more beautiful. Mazel tov to Ava and the Lerner family on your simcha this Shabbat. I would also like to highlight a number of events that we have coming up, both services and activities. Tomorrow, we invite you to join us in the Activity Center for our Torah study group at 9 a.m. This will be led by Rabbi Michael Burke, followed by our weekly Shabbat Minyan service at 10:30 in the chapel. We hope to see everybody tomorrow night. This is our annual fundraiser and gala event, Dancing with the Stars. I know someone on this bima will be dancing tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Don't trip him, make sure he doesn't fall on the way out, nothing. If you can't make it, however, you can still go online and you can bid on items, except what I want, but go ahead, go on there, bid away. Join us again next Shabbat, June 9th, for a very special, it'll be a graduation for our seniors and a Madruchim Shabbat. We will honor our graduating seniors who will share highlights from the past year, along with debuting our Madruchim story, 50 Years of Madruchim. If you were a Madruchim, or maybe just raised one, this will be a Shabbat you don't want to miss. Also, join us the week after that, June 16th. That'll be our first outdoor Shabbat, Under the Stars. It's a very special one for the summer. We really strongly encourage you to RSVP so we have enough chairs and we have enough food for our enhanced oneg and dessert bar. And finally, parking has changed a little bit. So if you came in today, I know the parking lot was a little crowded, so a lot of people use the structure. It's a sticker now that you have to scan on your way out. So please get the sticker, the same table where the machine was. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is a very, very special Shabbat indeed. As we are gathered here, we have an amazing Zimriya chorale that has just led us so beautifully. Your angelic voices inspire us, and we thank you. And perhaps not only do we have someone dancing tomorrow, but today we have something special, because there's a special individual who perhaps is celebrating a birthday that doesn't want to be acknowledged, but is going to be acknowledged anyway, because that's what we do. Rabbi Cantor Arlene Bernstein, today is her birthday. She shares a birthday with someone in the congregation who's visiting us back. Elsa Kalal is here, and we are so happy honoring you as well. We cannot forget your birthday pen is here. Yeah, you're taking it. There's your birthday pen, and we know that you have now made another trip around the sun, and in these years of life that we are knowing that you bless us each and every day. May you go forward in blessing, as we say, Ad 120 to 120 and plus. May you be here at Beth Israel. May you continue to be healthy and with goodness, and as you bless us, we hope that we can bless you as we sing together. We do a little Shechianu to reach this moment of joy and blessing. We join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'eheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'eheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach.
Happy, happy birthday. Boy, am I going to hear it after. All right. And it's not ending, because when you go outside, the oneg will be outside this evening. I invite, in preparation for our wonderful Dancing with the Stars tomorrow night, I invite you out there to hold and pause for couple of minutes. You can grab a little nosh, but there's a table to your left that you're going to want to surround, and we will join you within a few minutes after the service. Don't worry. So you're going to join us, and we look forward to seeing you there.
We rise for Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 282.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Hadon HaKol, Lateit Gedula L'Yotzer Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoyei Haratzot, Velo Samanu Kemishpachot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chelkeinu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kehor Hamonam, V'anachnu korelim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei Melech Malchei Hamelachim HaKadosh Baruch V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Please be seated. Turn to page 294. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those of our friends and neighbors who have been lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We remember them, and we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and of death. It has been a very difficult month in our community, and I'm sad to announce the recent death of Mayo Mickey Harris Stiegler, husband of Sherry, father of Ben and Tony, grandfather of Ari, Risa, Kara, and Noah. And we are in the period of Shiva, the 7 days after burial, for Beverly Pollock, mother of Susan Rabbi Jonathan Stein, Gloria Reedy, grandmother of Jared and Emily Jones, and Amy Singer, sister of Rob Rubin. We are in the period of Shloshim, 30 days after burial, for Anita Lanner, Phyllis Tucker, Larry Oster, Aubrey Schneider, Fred Whiteson Jr., Lida Hasidim Hardegree, Ruth Landecker, Ellen Hutt, Hilda Roller, Cindy Spector. And we remember those who died at this season in years past. Jerome Alexander, Helene Aronson, Stan Becker, Blanche Bessoner, Douglas Blank, Anita Burgess, Irving Clamage, Jean Clamage, Nelson Cohen, Arthur Cohen, Marilyn Cohen, Ethel Dannenberg, Jesse Edelstein, Annie Efron, George W. Farber, David Flessner, Corinne Fraser, Beatrice Galper, Betty Gleicher, Howard Glenn, Joseph Glickman, Mila Gross Goldberg, Samuel Goltair, Sadie Goldman, Catherine L. Griffin, Susan K. Gruenberg, Diane Hallberg, Jerome Harris, Randy Modell Helsel, Cassie Hendershot, Sam Hershenson, Scott Hilberg, Melanie Hirschhorn, Chester Jones, Annie Kaplan, Louis Kaplan, David Kritzik, Lucina Krumholtz, Hilda Kripke, Herman Landau, Ellen Levine, Rose Lieberman, James Lieberman, Natalie Lieberman, Mildred Vitronic, Charlotte Meinzer, Rusty Maltzman, Annabelle Marshall, Philip Modalski, William David Montgomery, Max Nelson, Ruth Nelson, Morris Orenstein, Ernest Papelbaum, Marion Perlman, Dora Plant, Sarah Platt, Helen Pollock, Alfred Poland, Paul Elliott Polson, Albert Premack, Harry Press, Rose Rady, Leo Raffer, Arlene Rosenthal, Louis Rosenwald, Ruth Ruman, Sonia Schoen, Barney Schoenberg, Jill Schwartz, Claire Sider, Cookie Harlan Serwin, Yuri Shamilov, Bertha Sklar, Robert Smargon, Deborah Summers, Blanche Spector, Celia Marcus Speart, Ivor Stockgold, Frederica R. Strauss, Henry Thaler, Frida Ure Brown, Philip Weinstein, Ruth White, Louise Winnicky, Jean Wollender, Alice Wolfe, and Lois Sine. Perhaps you've come to say Kaddish for someone whose name I have not called. As I come around the congregation, please share that name with us. We rise as a community and recite Kaddish Tome, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
Bi'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'b'chayei d'chol Beit Israel, ba'agala u'b'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'alam u'lolmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories always be for a blessing. We invite you to put your books down, and if you're with someone then you're comfortable with, put your arms around them, and we join together in Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'mromav, Hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom,
Say Shabbat Shalom. Turn to someone. Say
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We join together for Moses.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Shabbat Shalom. Join us outside.